Look up Haley Colton and call me when you're ready to learn how to swim.
What is up? It's your girl EJ, and I am back with another P Valley Talk. Now today we're going to be doing our recap and review for Season 2, Episode 8, The Death Drop, and we're going to be focusing on Mercedes, Autumn, and Keyshawn. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so this episode was a lot. So let's go ahead and start with Keyshawn, Autumn, and Mercedes. Now, your girl Keyshawn is still going through it, and your boy Derek is, doing the most. Like, he's just, trying to buy her things, and I'm just like, how you gonna really buy her anything when you don't have a job? Unless I miss something, Derek don't have a job. So is he buying her stuff with her own money? Because if that's the case, then that's even worse. But anyway, so he tries to buy her some shoes. The shoes don't fit, and she's just like, look, things change. I've had 2 babies. My feet have spread, stuff changes. And then Derek starts hitting himself, and I'm just like, this dude really is crazy. Like, he just starts hitting himself, and he's begging, and he's like, please don't give up on me. And I'm like, bruh, this is way too late. We've all given up on you. Everybody who's watching just wants you to go away at this point. So anyway, your girl Keyshawn is going to go and see Autumn. So apparently she has taken her up on her offer, and Autumn is going to be helping her out. Now, Keyshawn brought her birth certificate so that she can get a passport. And Autumn is like, hey, what I'm going to need you to do is headline at the Pink. Now, she knows that this is not something that Derek is going to let her do. So she's like, hey, just tell him that he's going to get all the money off the floor, every single cent. And then in turn, you're going to end up getting all the money off of the door, and you're going to take your babies and you're going to disappear. So your girl Autumn is definitely trying to come through for Keyshawn. So it is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Now, Keyshawn does tell her, hey, I did look up Haley Colton, and she died in a flood. And she said, yeah, but yet she's sitting here drinking coffee in a little city called Chucalissa. And so that just goes to show, that Haley knows how to disappear, and she's going to try to help Keyshawn disappear. So I'm really excited to see how this all plays out. I'm really interested in seeing how the part with the sister plays out, because the sister Alicia is supposed to pop back up in the final episode. So I don't know. I'm just ready for the final episode. I don't want it to end, but at the same time, these season finales for P Valley are crazy. Now, your girl Mercedes has bumped back into Maine. They don't let Maine out of jail, y'all. Due to COVID, basically, it looks like, how they were letting people out because of the COVID situation. So Maine was one of those people that were able to get out. He still got that ankle bracelet on, y'all. He's still being monitored, but they did let him out of jail. He's going to invite her to his block party later on. And, of course, he always flirted with her. He been trying to get with Mercedes. I don't know if he ever going to get that Mercedes experience, though. So anyway, your girl Mercedes is back at the club, and Autumn is like, hey, show me your routine, because apparently Mercedes is actually going to be headlining. Now, I thought it was going to be Whisper and Roulette because they had all of these posters all over the place of her, but I guess that is not the case. Of them, but I guess that is not the case. So turns out Mercedes is headlining, and Autumn is like, let me see your routine. Let me see what you got. And so Mercedes goes on to try to do her routine, and oh my God, it is just so difficult to watch, especially because, I've liked the Mercedes character for a while, except for when she was, her and this Autumn thing is just kind of irritating me a little bit. But I mean, that's a whole nother video. But it is hard to watch her struggle on this pole. It's hard to watch her not be able to fly like she usually can. She can gangsta walk on a freaking ceiling, for crying out loud. But for whatever reason, whether it's mental, physical, if it's just, past her time, I don't know. But your girl can't, and she ain't. And Autumn is like, that's not working. So she says, I have a headliner, and in comes Keyshawn. Now, y'all, we've been waiting for Keyshawn to pop back up into the Pink for a while so that we could see everybody's faces and how everybody was going to react. Now, of course, your girl Roulette and Whisper are excited to see her, but Mercedes, Diamond, and especially Uncle Clifford, I think they were probably more in shock than anything. You can just see everybody's faces kind of just, just looking like, oh my goodness. And I don't know, Big Bone better watch out, because Diamond definitely still has a thing for Keyshawn. And, sooner or later, hopefully real soon, she about to be rid of this Derek character. So watch yourself, Big Bone. But anyway, Mercedes and Keyshawn are actually going to have a moment. It feels like Mercedes doesn't want to have this animosity between her. It's almost like she might just be, she felt a certain type of way because, that was family, you know what I'm saying? And Keyshawn pulled the gun on Diamond. And that was, something that was not forgivable for them. But I feel like Mercedes and Keyshawn had a really good relationship at one point. And I think that she wants to forgive her and move on. And they just kind of have this moment about coming back to the pink. And, Mercedes is like, your vanity is still here. Your locker is still here. And she was saying how there's no place like home. And, they were both saying how they never thought that they would end back up, here, but this is home to them. This is everybody's home. This is the pink is the place, or the pank, my bad, is the place where they've called home for so long. So, I think Keyshawn really missed being there, even though we know that she's there for a reason. She's on a mission, but I think that she really missed being there as well. Now, your girl Mercedes is truly going through it. You can see that she knows that she doesn't belong here anymore, that there's something else that she should be doing. But unfortunately, she just has no choices. Like, this is what she has to do for now until she can, get to that next level, get to where she's trying to be. Now, although they did their little thing and they kind of, had their moment, it definitely didn't stop your OG Mercedes from trying to flex on Keyshawn. So when they're walking down the thing, I think Keyshawn is going to try to reach for the pole, but Mercedes is going to try to get in front of her on the pole instead first. And Keyshawn just kind of steps back and just watches her. But the problem is that, sometimes it really is past her prime. It's past her prime, and she knows she's not supposed to be there, but I don't think she wants to let go of that OG stripper mentality. Like, this is my pole, this is my stage, so I don't know how this is going to play out, because I really don't think that, Mercedes needs to continue to be a stripper. Maybe like over the strippers or something, like choreographing their routines, things like that, or something like that. But I just don't think that she needs to be like the headliner and all that type of stuff. I just think that's just my opinion. But anyway, your girl Roulette and Whisper are just doing the most. They like cracking jokes and doing all kinds of stuff, and they're really in awe of Miss Mississippi. Now, meanwhile, your girl gets called home by Terica. We hear her ringtone, and she comes home, and Shell is here. So now Shell done found out about this abortion somehow, some way. I don't know if Terica told her. I don't know how she found out, but she finds out, and she's over here actually trying to check Mercedes. Like, I'm like, girl, you cannot check nobody. You've been drinking. You've been having this 14-year-old out here driving you around. This 14-year-old has been able to do whatever the heck she want to do because you stay drunk. Like, but you're really trying to blame Mercedes for trying to help, because Terica came to her for help. Like, she didn't come to you because she couldn't come to you for help because you stayed drunk. And you really are sitting up here talking about an abortion and about how we take care of our responsibilities and how we don't give our babies away. Like, really, you're not in any position to take care of anybody. However, Terica sees this and she's just like, it feels like she just wants it to end. And so she's just like, let's go home. And then she leaves. And it's just this look that, that's on her face as she's leaving Mercedes. Because I really think that she enjoyed being there with Mercedes and getting to know her real mom. So anyway, your girl Autumn Night is gonna go visit our boy Andre, because Andre going through it because he done had some things going on this day, and so she brings the moonshine over and they're gonna sit and they're gonna talk. And I just love these two together, to be honest. I love their conversation, their dialect. I love the dynamics between them. Now, I know a lot of people still don't like Haley, Lakeisha Knight, Autumn Savage, whatever her name is. I know a lot of people still don't like her, but I actually really like Haley a lot. She's probably one of my favorite characters on the show. However, they're doing their thing, they're talking, and Andre is like, it's over, like it's, this whole thing is pretty much over. Like he pretty much done threw in the towel. And then he said something like, maybe his wife is right. And then Haley is like, nah, she was like, now don't make your mistress wrong. So I just thought it was really cute the way that that they speak and talk to each other. And I ain't gonna lie, P-Valley has great writers, because some of these lines they are just to die for. Like seriously, these lines are so nice. Like they just hit just like that, like at the right timing. I don't know, but the writing is great. So anyway, your girl Autumn Night also paid your girl Georgie a visit, and she just let her know that, hey, look, I'm not about to take this $5 million. So unless you got a $10 million contract coming my way, that's the only way that I'm about to take this money. And Georgie, she ain't to be played with either. Now, she did say something kind of interesting. She was like, there's no sense of lying about who you are or something like that. Now, I don't know if that was a reference to anything. Like, I don't know if that was like some kind of major clue that maybe she knows that Lakeisha Savage isn't real, and that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really sure about that, but it was just interesting that she said that particular line. And what in the world is she got going on with these Coke cans in her head, y'all? Maybe this just must be a thing that I ain't never heard of or seen in my life. Like, where do you even get all these Coke cans? Do like people just bring them to you? Are they just sitting around? Like, I don't understand. So anyway, y'all, it looks like they're going to have like a little showdown, because basically Georgie is like, hey, look, I can wait around, because if Woodbine wins, this referendum is not even going to go through. But how long are you going to be able to hold out? How long are you going to be able to keep the club together? Because basically, like, you're probably gonna need this money quicker than I'm going to need this referendum to go through. So we shall see. Your girl Haley was not backing down, and she's just like, Okay, y'all. So that's what's up with Keyshawn, Mercedes, and Autumn on this episode. Let me know what y'all thought about those character storylines this week. What do you think is going to happen with Mississippi and her trying to break free from Derek? Do you think that Autumn is going to end up selling the club or just losing it altogether? And what do you think about Mercedes? Do you think it's past her prime, and should she just go ahead and throw in those stilettos and maybe take on another position in the club? Until next time, guys, peace.